let me tell you about my little Vegas trip here. Came in a day early, and Jim Norton is a huge UFC fan, and I didn't even realize that there was a fight this weekend. So, Joe Rogan, a fellow comedian, he actually hooked us up with these awesome tickets. And I went down and I watched was it UFC 32? 132, I'm sorry. With Uriah Faber fighting some guy, Cruz. I don't know the fucking names. There's only so many sports I can pay attention to. But I got to tell you something. You got to go to one of these UFC things. And just especially if you're actually in the performing arts on any level. And as much as you think it's badass to be in a band, or it's badass to be a comedian, or maybe to be a fucking, a fucking professional football player, there is nothing more badass than when Bruce Buffer does your goddamn intro, and you come in not wearing a shirt to just fucking throw down with another fucking human being. It was just, I never felt like such a bitch in my life. I just remember just going like, do I really think that I'm some sort of badass doing stand-up comedy? And not to mention, if you're a fan of the UFC, this is another reason why you have to come out and see one of the live events. Is as badass as Bruce Buffer sounds, for those of you who don't watch, he does all the intros for the fighters. As badass as that guy sounds on TV, there's nothing like seeing that guy live. He is unfucking believable. He was so good. I was sitting there, Doug Benson. He was actually there, not to name drop a bunch of comics, but we just started laughing. He was so good, and we were just laughing at like the intros, like the average intro that you get at like a college gig. You're a comedian. He's been on Comedy Central and David Letterman. His name is Bill Burr, and here he is. That's what you'll get at like a college. Or you go to a comedy club, it's a little more professional. They'll be like, hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Punchline in Atlanta. How's everybody doing tonight? Yay! Oh, come on, you guys can do better than that. It's Friday night. I said, how's everybody? Yeah! That's the best we get. Dude, Bruce Buffer. I don't even want to try and imitate. I'm going to embarrass myself, but he's just like... He just comes out. He has this sound, Ladies and gentlemen, it is time! And everybody's just like, what the You're just fucking looking at the ring. Fighting! And he just fucking he just goes right through their credits. He's fucking pointing at him in every fucking thing that they've done in his career. He's like enunciating. He's getting his body into it. The fucking fighters are bouncing on either foot. I got amped up. I'm not even fighting. I'm sitting out in the fucking crowd. For half a second, I thought I knew how to fight. It was unbelievable. I thought I had a belt in something. It was the shit. And then, like, every fight I saw was great. The second I walked in, I saw, I think I saw 6 fights. 5 of them either ended in knockout or TKO. And I'm so bad with the names. What's his face? Was it Vanderlei Silva? He got knocked out by this dude with red hair in 27 fucking seconds. And after the dude with the red hair knocked him out, or dyed red hair, he's a spy in my world. He fucking knocks this guy out. And if you see the look on his face when he was flexing after he did it, it was one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen in my life. Once again, you just look at the guy, and as every guy always thinks, every guy has a nightmare of could I survive in prison? That guy does not have that nightmare. That dude, unrapeable. That's the highest level belt that you can get in martial arts. Oh, speaking of which, somebody knocked out somebody. I don't know what I can't remember. They started to blend together. And at the end of the fight, after he won, he got his blue belt. He said, yeah, I just got my blue belt in whatever discipline. And I was laughing, going like, something like, that's legitimately earning a blue belt as opposed to the blue belt that you get as a fucking accountant rolling around on some mat in a goddamn strip mall. This guy fucking just fought on pay-per-view and got a blue belt, not even a black belt. I don't know. It was unbelievable. It was just an amazing thing. And I want to thank Joe Rogan once again for totally hooking hooking me up. I'll thank him from Jim Norton, Club Soda Kenny, and everybody else that came out. It was awesome, man. It was awesome. And then seeing Rogan come in, he's so fucking ridiculously good at it. Asks all the questions, you want to hear the answers to, and it was great. The only other fight I had ever been to, I went to a Miguel Cotto fight at Madison Square Garden, and it was it was a non-title thing, and I didn't know a lot of the guys underneath, and Michael Buffer wasn't doing the announcements, so they just had one of those old guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to world famous Madison Square Garden. Back in the day, amazing fights used to happen here, but tonight you will not see those. A non-titled event. It was awesome, man. It was so I highly recommend it. If you haven't gotten the pay-per-view, definitely check it out. Even though I kind of ruined what a couple I told, I guess I gave the results of a few of them. I really am a dope. Well, fuck you. The air conditioning's not on here. So, anyways, how far into this podcast am I? Me that in. And with that, let's get on with the Monday morning podcast. I've already talked about disease. Let's get on with some advice. Okay, Bill, I need some backup on this. Okay, so I recently got into an argument with a bunch of girls about how diamonds are pointless and have no value. All right, sir, before I go any further, you are a man of my own heart. That's exactly what I would be doing. Yeah, why stand there and try to hit on them and get laid when you can actually piss them off by attacking something that you know they love? What a fucking great guy. If you were a comedian, you wouldn't pander to the audience. You wouldn't be going, back me up, ladies. You'd be like, what are you whores doing? Huh? You're all dressed up? Anyways. So he gets in this big argument with these girls that diamonds are pointless and have no value. He goes on to say, obviously, I was bombarded with disagreement. I tried to explain to them how almost every other item purchased has some sort of purpose and value except for diamonds. A TV decodes a signal and projects it on a screen for hours of entertainment. Cars get you to work so you can make a living. Food keeps you alive. Clothes keep you warm. Even 90% of non-essential items do something to prove their value, except diamonds. But of course, they in no way agreed with me. I was told that it didn't matter how much they cost. It was the fact that they make a girl happy. I tried to explain that society forces the idea down guys' throats that they must buy a girl jewelry in order to show their girl they love her. Complete bullshit. I think that if a girl needs something bought for her to prove her man loves her, she's in a shitty relationship. I also tried to explain that guys feel like they need to buy an expensive engagement ring in order to make sure the girl says yes. Also, if it isn't good enough, all the girlfriends will basically think he's a cheap piece of shit. Again, I was met with total disagreement. They just disagree with you on that one? Well, maybe you know what they're actually doing is the reason why they would roll your eyes and call you a cheap piece of shit, not because they feel that, is because they're actually jealous that they didn't get a fucking ring. And they want to make their girlfriend, even though she's a friend, feel like she's settling for less. And if they can just somehow disrupt it, it will actually fill up that hole between their fucking legs. God, that was mean. All right, also, if it isn't good enough for all the girlfriends, piece of shit, sorry. Again, I was met with total disagreement. I leave you with this. If you found a rock on the beach, what would you think it was worth? Nothing, unless someone puts a price on it. And then, oh, Jesus, I was doing so well reading out loud. Let me start again. I leave you with this. I like this. Like I climbed up his mountain and asked him for advice. I leave you with this, my son. And I want you to meditate on this before you go forth and live the rest of your day. I leave you with this. If you found a rock on the beach, what would you think it was worth? Nothing, unless someone puts a price on it, and then another someone is stupid enough to pay for it. Other than that, it's just a fucking rock. Please give me your input on this and let me know I'm not the only one who feels like this. I totally agree with you on that. Of course I do. And you know something? You left out another major thing about that is you don't walk down the beach and find a rock. Okay, what you do is you have some fucking 8-year-old child in Africa and his whole family digging for them, half like wearing a thong so they won't steal any of them. You know? Those blood diamonds, and if you steal one, they fucking machete one of your arms off, sew you up and make you go back into the fucking mine. That's what you're supporting. That's the greatest argument ever. If your girl's pushing for a ring, what you do is you go out and you rent that movie Blood Diamond starring Leonardo DiCaprio. And when she starts pushing you for a ring, just be like, you know what? I love you to death, but I just cannot support I just cannot support that industry. The children that are forced to go into the mines, the senseless violence to I mean, if I might as well be the guy holding the machete if I go. I just can't in good conscience buy you that ring. Just go like that. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? And I think it really goes back to that shit where, yeah, women want you to suffer. You know what I mean? They want you to go 4 to 8 grand in debt. They want you to do that and go to work every fucking day, knowing that you're working for their fucking love and the use of their fucking vagina. All right? I know that's very cynical, but you know, what the fuck? And I'm not saying all broads are like that, okay? But a good goddamn majority of them are. And I got a good mind to walk up to each and every one of them and slap the shit out of them. What do you think about that, huh? That's one of my reoccurring dreams that I have, other than cleaner oxygen. Just slap the shit out of them, right? Just get that great open hand cheek sound, you know? You know, normally I would be thinking, fuck, what if this gets out? Nobody's listening to this fucking podcast. You can't even find it. And by the time anybody posts this shit up on YouTube, I'm going to be like, fuck, that was months ago. I'm an entirely different person. I went to church. Yeah, I think it is, I think it's a really selfish thing, especially if your guy is not making a lot of money, to make him go out and blow money on a shiny fucking rock that was dug out of the ground by a fucking 8-year-old. You know, just because you're not mature enough as an adult to walk up to all your other girlfriends with your engagement ring and making it be something other than a diamond, or at the very least, making it be a diamond that your future husband can afford. You know, I think most of it goes beyond. Half of it is they want you to suffer, you know, kiss their fucking feet, you know, and go to fucking work and have to work off this shiny fucking stone. And the other half of it is they want to fucking pull it out in front of all their friends. And you better believe that they want to make all their fucking friends jealous, okay? And the greatest thing that could ever happen is if one of their friends is already married, is if you go a couple carats bigger and they can fucking pull that out. That's like their biggest dick competition, is whoever has the shiniest fucking rock. You know what I mean? It really is fucking stupid. But, I remember what I was going to do. I was going to tell you guys the story this week. I did this awesome, unbelievable fucking gig. It was the Bob Woodruff Fund, whatever you call it. Jesus Christ. I really thought that this story was going to get the podcast going again. What the fuck was it called? The Bob Woodruff Charity Fund auction thing. Bob Woodruff is a reporter. He was in Iraq. He got hit by a roadside bomb, made a miraculous recovery, and this is the 4th annual one where they raise money for his foundation. That's the word I was looking for. His fucking foundation, to raise money for it, for for troops who've been injured in battle and that type of thing. Just one of those charities you just cannot say no to. You have to do it. And it was all the way back in New York City at the Beacon Theater. For music fans out there, they know that the Allman Brothers have been doing the Beacon Run for like the last 30 fucking years. So already I'm thrilled to be there just because I'm going to be standing on the same stage as Dwayne Allman. And I showed up, and the lineup that I went on was the most insane lineup I have ever been on in my career. This was the lineup. All right, Max Weinberg was there, and he put together this big band. So they're out there fucking killing it. Jon Stewart was the host. He goes out, and he kills it, talking about politics in a very funny way, unlike the horse shit that I did on my podcast. He fucking kills it. Then he brings out Tony Bennett. Tony fucking Bennett, who sings 2 songs, absolutely kills it. Sounds as good as he did 40, 50 years ago. Just kills it. Then they bring out, Jon Stewart comes back out, does some more jokes, kills again. Then he brings out Bruce Springsteen. Fucking Bruce Springsteen goes out there and just fucking owns the stage, sliding around, jumping up on the piano. telling jokes, just fucking kills it. Then they had an auction. All these fucking rich peoples paid like $150,000 for one of Bruce Springsteen's guitars, raised all this money. Then the second half of the show, they bring out Joel McHale, who had to go on after Tony Bennett and fucking Bruce Springsteen, and he still somehow killed it. Then I went up, and then the final act of the evening was Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal? Jerry fucking Seinfeld, the king, the master, right? And I'm on stage when I went out there, and my whole nervousness of the night was not going on after those people. My nervousness was the fact that nobody had said fuck yet. And it was a benefit, and people talking about tragedy, and I was going to go out there, and my opening bit was talking about, hitting women. So I'm backstage just like mind-fucking myself, going, God, it's going to be too harsh. I shouldn't curse. Jerry's going to get mad at me. The second I curse, he's going to look at me like I'm not even a comedian, and I so badly want his fucking approval, So I'm sitting there freaking out, and finally my agent just goes, dude, you see what Springsteen just did? He went out, he just does what he does, jumps on pianos, just go out there, do what the fuck you do. I was like, you know what, you're right. You're right. So I went out there, and I didn't say fuck as much as I usually did, but I went out there, I did my hit by women, hitting women, all that type of shit. It fucking killed. And when I get off stage, I'm walking, and Jerry's going on next, so I'm walking off the stage, and there he is, fucking Seinfeld, who at this point, it's like looking at Elvis, goddamn icon. He's standing there in his suit, just ready to go to work, and I walk by him, I'm just wincing, I'm waiting for him to just completely blow me off, or just be like, why did you say fuck so much? And I walk by him, and he fucking sticks his hand out, and he just goes, really funny stuff, really, really funny stuff. And I was just like, oh, thanks a lot. I try not to curse so much out of respect for you going on next. And he goes, well, I don't care. Then I felt like an idiot. I'm sitting and being all nervous like a little schoolgirl, and I just realized, like, wait a minute. Jerry has always worked totally fucking clean. He came up in the late 70s, right through the 80s, with all these barroom hack comics doing blow. I mean, the amount of shit that guy had to go on after, working squeaky fucking clean. He can't follow me. Well, what the hell was I thinking? No, I was thinking he couldn't follow me. I was thinking that he would be annoyed. And then I stood there, like feeling like I was 90 miles in the air because he said that he thought that I was funny or that I had good stuff. And then I watched him go out there, and it just absolute, not to bring up sports again, but I guess I have to, any port in a fucking storm here. It was like watching, when somebody's just has the perfect swing, perfect jump shot, their form or whatever. That's what it was like. There was just everything that he did. There wasn't one wasted word, one wasted movement, everything. Okay, you want to talk movies? It's like Toy Story. You go to see Toy Story. It's like every line in the movie just propels the thing forward. There's not a line of fat in that fucking script, and it's just like his act. And he goes out there and just absolutely fucking destroyed. And it was awesome. The other night that I had that ever compared to that was one night I was down at the Comedy Cellar in the Village in New York City. And that's the club where if you want to see, go out and see great comedy, or if you want to see possibly somebody super famous that's a comedian just drop in and do a set, that's where I would go. And it used to happen all the time. And one night I was down the cellar, and I'm going to be naming a lot of names here, but I never name names of the podcast, but there's nothing bad about this story. So Godfrey was hosting the show, and I was supposed to, I think it was me, I was going on next, but all of a sudden, I can't really tell the story without saying the names. This is basically, just imagine you're sitting in the fucking crowd, all right? You're just seeing no-name hacks like me going up, and all of a sudden the host goes, hey, everybody, we got a very special guest that just dropped by, wanted to do like 5 minutes. You might recognize this guy from the hit TV show Everybody Loves Raymond. please welcome Ray Romano. And Ray walks on stage, and the crowd goes fucking nuts. Holy fuck, Ray Romano, right? And as he's on stage, Seinfeld and Chris Rock show up. And they also want to go on. All right? This has happened once in 20 years of me doing stand-up. This was the most unbelievable night, right? So they go downstairs. Ray Romano finishes. So Godfrey goes back up, and he kept doing these great intros that was making the crowd lose their shit. He goes, keep going for Ray Romano. He goes, all right, we got another special guest just dropped in. You might recognize this guy from the Chris Rock show. Please welcome Chris Rock. And then the fucking place, standing ovation. Holy fuck, we got to see fucking Ray Romano and Chris Rock. And now at this point, every comic knows that Seinfeld is waiting in the wings. So we're all standing there, huddled down in the little hallway, waiting to watch this crowd lose its fucking shit like those soccer moms on fucking Oprah, right? Chris Rock kills it. Godfrey goes up. Chris Rock, everybody. Crowd is like out of breath from fucking laughing. And then he goes, we had another guest drop by. At this point, people are just like, what the fuck, right? He goes, you might recognize this next guy from the hit TV show Seinfeld. And I hear this guy go, no fucking way, in the crowd. And he goes, please welcome Jerry Seinfeld. And like half the crowd almost fainted. He goes up and just fucking destroys. And like people are like elated. They have like when he's done, everybody's face is just like in pain from grilling, from grinning. I swear to God, this is a true story, right? So Seinfeld ends, and he goes, all right, keep it going for Jerry Seinfeld. He goes, all right, you guys ready for more show? The crowd's like flipping out, and they go, okay, this next comedian, and the crowd at this point is so goddamn spoiled. I'm standing there in the doorway waiting to go on, and everybody is trying to look around my head for somebody famous to come on, and he's bringing up me. He goes, please, you might have seen him on VH1's I Love the 80s. MTV's Apartment 2F. Please welcome Bill Burr. And I went on stage, and there was a noticeable sense of disappointment at that point when I walked up to the mic. And the only way I got out of it was I just addressed it. I was like, that's right, welcome back to reality. This is what the fuck you paid for. And then everybody laughed and like, all right, he addressed it. He addressed the fact that we're disappointed to see him. And at that point, they kind of went along for the ride. And I swear to God, an hour later, Dave Chappelle went up, and he went up. And that was, so that night and the night I just did were the two most unreal nights that I've ever seen in stand-up comedy. I swear to God, that Cellar story, I know it sounds like some bullshit. I swear to God, it's fucking true. And I don't know why I'm thinking that you're doubting it. So if you ever go to New York City and you just want to go out and check out some fucking comics, go to the Comedy Cellar right down on West 3rd and McDougal, right? I've said that like 9 million times in my life. Flagging down a cab back in the day when you could do 8 sets on the weekend every night. Flagging down the cab with your spot money. Take me to West 3rd and McDougal. Do you want me to take the highway? No, you fucking asshole. It's going to cost me an extra $7. Okay, there's a lot of traffic. All right, you dick. Fucking take the other one, you son of a bitch. What do I care? What do I care? Someday I'll have my own podcast, and I'll be selling ringtones at 99 cents a whack, just raking in the fucking money. That was one of those times where I was just like, you know what? There's not enough lightning in the world. Just as far as the odds of being struck by lightning, we need to bring that average up. Because the amount of fucking morons out there versus actually intelligent people, you're going to hit a fucking moron. Basically going to hit a moron or you're going to hit the ocean. Those are going to be the top two, in that order. Even though the fucking world is 3/4 fucking water, you still got a higher chance as lightning to fucking hit a moron. That's I'm telling you, that's my goddamn theory. And that's what I want the new stat to be. Rather than being like, the odds of getting hit by lightning are higher than blah, blah, blah. I want it to turn into, I want so much lightning that the new stat is the odds of an intelligent person actually being hit by lightning are X, Y, and Z. Do you like how in my own little Stalin-esque world that I'm actually intelligent and everybody else is just a sea of morons? Huh? You don't have thoughts like that? Murderous thoughts? I was actually talking to this broad up in San Francisco, and I got this whole chunk about hitting women that I've been doing on stage, and it's actually something embarrassing I have to admit about myself. As much as I do the comedy thing for a living, I'm really bad at picking up on sarcasm. I don't know why. I use sarcasm. I'm sarcastic, right? But for some reason, when someone uses it against me, I just like that old guy downstairs. Remember I told you that shit last year when I was dragging my Christmas tree down the stairs? And he stuck his head out the window and he just goes, "Beautiful morning, isn't it?" And he had this fucked up look on his face, but he said, "Beautiful morning, isn't it?" So I was confused, and I just went, yeah, it is a beautiful morning. And I'm thinking, why is he yelling with that twisted up look on his face? And then I walked around the corner. I was like, oh, he didn't mean it. What he really meant was, you're making a lot of fucking noise, ruining this beautiful morning. So he got me. Then I always end up feeling stupid. So, I'm doing this whole chunk on hitting the broads over there, right? And I'm standing afterwards, whoring myself out, right? Selling my DVD, showing a little bit of leg, doing what I got to do. And this fucking woman is walking out, and her husband is sort of shuffling her out. And she starts going, she has this, once again, the twisted up look on her face. She goes, "Thanks for the domestic violence jokes. I really appreciated it. I really appreciated the domestic violence jokes. Thanks a lot for the domestic violence jokes." That's what she was doing. And because she was saying thanks, it went totally past my head. I was more just confused by her facial expression. So she said, "Yeah, I really appreciated it. Thanks a lot." I'm literally just waving, going, "All right, glad you enjoyed the show." Which is funny because it probably pissed her off more, but I was sincerely thanking her, completely missing her sarcasm. What she was really saying was, I've either dealt with that personally, or that's happening to somebody right now, or has happened to someone, or I grew up with it or whatever, and you brought up bad memories and you ruined my fucking evening. That's what she was really saying. But, of course, I took it at face value, which actually, when I look back on it, I think makes it even funnier, because who's kidding who? She already thinks I'm a fucking moron at that point. So it would have made her a little bit happier if I tried to appear intelligent. If, actually, you missed the point of that joke. What I was really trying to do is expose the hypocrisy of some of the relationships between the male and female sexes. If I went that route, then she could have gotten this whole. But the fact that I literally was the moron that she thought I was, and then that there was this whole line of people. You know what I just realized? I should be struck by lightning. What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm one of those fucking morons.
So you stopped drinking, and then...
I had to... It's just, I'm a road dog. I go out every 2 weeks.
People don't understand that about comedy, that it is, even if you're not like a drinker in the traditional sense of like being an alcoholic, booze is unavoidable.
It's free.
It's free, and it's
after every gig, it's free. I always ask my people like that. I just say, if you had a job where when you were done, it was open bar, and in a lot of places on the job.
Yeah, they'd bring you. Would you like a beer at your desk, sir? Would you like a booze?
And the people you work with will send a shot up if you just even hint about it. I was drinking Jameson the other night, and then all of a sudden somebody sends you up one.
Like a kettle of Jamesons comes up.
And then a crowd of peer pressure. Do it. Do the shot.
What's wrong with you? Yeah, that's first of all. There's so much pressure. I don't even know where it comes from, because I haven't stopped drinking, but I am trying to cut back. And
last time I remember you're a bourbon
I still love bourbon. I'll always love bourbon. I would have sex with bourbon if it was a dude. Yeah. I'm getting drunk and late at the same time. What's happening? But I'm trying to be more I'm just trying to be more judicious. You know what I mean? Because you feel it. You just first of all, you start to feel like fuck the weight or your discipline or height. You just feel it so much more. When you wake up you have that thing where you wake up at 4 a.m. like, oh, I shouldn't have had that second glass of wine.
No, I had my bottoming out thing was, I think I was somewhere in Texas, and me and DeRosa were riding we're riding in this waitress's car,
And classic.
Well, of course you were. Why wouldn't you be waiting in the waitress's car?
We're riding to some house party, and she's doing the whole.
Again, why wouldn't you be riding to a house party in the waitress's car? This is the glamour of stand-up, folks. I don't think you knew. I got picked up in a bitch's 1986 Honda to go to a dude's house I don't know and drink keg beer out of a plastic cup because I roll like that. I'm a headliner.
That was it. And she was saying shit like, I have I'm sorry, I have a cat. So like, they're covered in hair. And I show up, and at one point, I'm hammered playing with a bulldog. That's all I remember going, this thing is awesome.
Oh, God.
And somebody finally...
That's always the last resort of the wasted, start talking to house pets.
Yeah, somebody said to me, going like, because they weren't at the show, you're that comedian guy.
Right,
I'm like, yeah. And they go, well, you did a couple sketches on Chappelle's show. And I was like, yeah. And he goes... It's like, dude, I can't believe you're here.
Why are you here?
Yeah, and then I actually thought, I was like, totally, stroke my ego. Then I thought for half a second, like, yeah, why am I
here?
My dad had 5 kids by the time he was my age. Okay, I'm a fucking loser.
And I'm drinking in the backyard of a stranger's house and talking to his dog. Yeah.
Joe, on the other hand, of course, was having a great time.
So anyways, these guys are fucking jabbing this dude in the ribcage harder and harder. And then all of a sudden, 3-4 fans jump out of the stands and they start running at the cops. And then the cops literally look up. They look like, you ever see like those when the fucking couple of lions take down a zebra or some shit and they begin to feed, and then all of a sudden 40 hyenas show up and then they got to give up the kill? That's basically what happened. They looked up and they're like, oh shit, 4 on 4. So they stood up and they try to have a "we're cops, are you out of your mind? I made you" kind of vibe. And then all of a sudden, those 4 showing up made another 20 people come out of the stands. And next thing you know, the cops are on the run. And then they get fucking beaten down. One guy in particular gets stomped even worse, way worse, actually, than the other fucking guy. It actually goes from shocking to amazing to hilarious to fucking disgusting very quickly. Because, you're always watching these guys getting beaten. This is a fellow sports fan. I don't know. It's one of those things that I always wanted to ask a cop, like, why do you guys, you got a guy down, he's face fucking down. I'm not being a dick. I'm not judging what you do. I don't have your job. I'm just asking. You got a guy face down. Somebody's got their knee on the back of the guy's neck. Somebody else is sitting on his fucking legs. The most he can do is squirm like half an inch. All right? And the guy won't let you cuff him. Why not? Why, rather than just taking an extra 30 seconds to let this guy tire out and then just cuff him? Why do you start booting him in the head or doing atomic knee drops to his spine? Why is that done? I do have a theory. There's 60,000 fucking fans there, and you have like 100 cops. And when I really think about it, the amount of times I've been drunk when I'm at a game and I think about running out on the field, the sobering thought is taking that atomic knee drop to my fucking spine. And, I got busted for drinking and driving back in the late fucking 80s, back when they were actually considering making it possibly an Olympic sport, It was right on that but then the mad mothers against drinking and driving, they won. It's very close. It's like when Quebec wanted to secede from Canada. Like, it almost fucking happened. Summer Olympics, by the way. Let's not get crazy. It wasn't going to be in the winter. Too much degree of difficulty. But anyways, all those memories of the beatdown that people take, plus the nightmare of the one time I was in the court system and somebody had my driver's license and there was fines and classes and meetings and community service. It just I don't care how many drinks I've had. I'm not fucking doing it. Is that why you guys do it? Sorry, I had the hiccups. Bacon, egg, and cheese here, people. I'm off my oatmeal diet on the road here. Is that why it happens? I've always wondered that shit. I understand why you come up to the window of a car and because at any point, if any point I could get shot in the head and die on my job, I guess I would be on edge too. But I would just love to hear it from a cop because all I'm doing is speculating. So we have a video like that this week. We have another hilarious video of a cop pulls over this minivan, and I swear to God, the amount of immigrants that run out of this fucking van, it is unbelievable. Every time you think the last wave of 8 people runs out of this fucking van, another door opens and another 7 people come flying out. And they got Benny Hill music playing, and it's the funniest thing ever. This cop gets so overwhelmed, he doesn't catch anybody. It's like a fat kid if it was raining candy. Every time he gets some in his hand, he'd want to go catch some more, and he'd drop whatever's in his fucking hand. That's basically what happened. Fucking hilarious video. I want to thank people who sent both of those videos in. We kind of have all cop videos this week because I'm trying to draw them out of the weeds here because I want to do a Monday morning podcast select with a retired police officer, and I want to hear all these stories. We did interview a cop on Uninformed, but I want to do it again because I have even more questions now. There's another one where a guy he's getting arrested. I don't know what for. It's one of those videos that starts after the altercation starts. As far as I can tell, he changed his name and didn't do it in a legal way. But he's being like a rebel. I'm not your property. But the funny thing is this guy knows his rights. And one of the funniest things, one of my favorite police videos to watch is when the person getting arrested, like, knows their rights. You know? Like this cop one time said to this little skater going, "Give me that skateboard." And he goes, "No." And it's just one of those things as a citizen, you don't realize, yeah, like, wait a minute. No, you don't have the right to just take my... You so, like, do everything the cop says so he doesn't arrest you or beat the shit out of you. You know, you just feel like if you just say no to a cop, you're automatically going to get arrested. Well, this guy is fucking hilarious. They're going, "You're under arrest." And he goes, "What's the charge? What is the charge?" And the guy goes, "It doesn't matter." And he's like, "Yes, it does. I have a right to know as a citizen. I am not your property. I am the property of Yahweh." This guy, I absolutely fucking love this guy. This guy, he has passion. He's informed. He's a little fucking crazy. He is a true fucking patriot. Without a doubt. The amount of people who would watch this guy and because he yells Yahweh would just say that he's a nut job is actually a travesty. Okay, here we go. Bill, want to bang lesbian friend who is in lesbian remission. Jesus, okay, this is outside my realm, but I'll try and answer it. Hey, Bill, I want your opinion on this problem I have. I'm a 19-year-old college freshman, and I'm in a bit of an ethical dilemma. I have this friend who is a lesbian, and recently she hasn't been having any luck with the ladies. So now she's feeling vulnerable to the point that she's actually contemplating about fucking this guy she knows. After she tells me this, I start getting jealous because I've always had sexual feelings for her, but never acted on them because she's a lesbian and I respected her. Dude, what kind of a fucking asshole are you? You know, why are you hanging out with her? You just waiting for daylight? What are you doing? She's a lesbian. She doesn't want to fuck you. You're sitting it's a dried up well. It's over. Walk away. What else is there? Well, I guess she's a lesbian. Maybe she's into some, I don't know. Does she fix cars like you? I have no idea what is there anything worse than a guy just hovering around? You know, rather than going out and just like, I don't know what you're waiting for. Just plenty of fish in the sea. You're 19. Well, you know what? I'm being too hard on you. You're 19 years old. You have no idea. Hello, Cleo. Hey, Nia, can you help me out with this one? Oh, you got to go? Real quick? You got to go? This guy's trying to bang this lesbian girl who's in lesbian remission. It means she's wanted to like hook up with some other ladies, but they're not giving it to her, so she's actually been contemplating fucking this other guy. So now this dude's jealous because he's always been hanging around her. Remember that conversation we had earlier? That's why guys hang around women. Either they're the gay guy or they're trying to fuck you. There's really no other... All right, well, I wish you could hang here. All right, go have fun. Oh, sorry. Huh? Sorry. All right. That's nice, though. Your fans thought that you were coming on, and now you're not. You're leaving them wanting more. You're leaving them wanting more. Can we do this real quick?
It has to be very quickly.
Okay, so I told you what's going on.
Yeah.
Cleo, get out of here. Anyways, but now that she's in the mood to going back to fucking dudes, some other douche is feeling her up even before I knew what was happening. So this other guy got in there. He goes, I don't want to make her my girlfriend. We both made it very clear neither of us are good at being in relationships because we're both selfish people. However, I do want to fuck her once, and I tried asking my cousin for his point of view on the situation, but he recently found Jesus. Oh, Jesus. So the only answer he gives me is read the Bible or premarital sex is a sin. What do you think? Should I sleep with her before she fucks this guy and realize she doesn't like men and ruin any chance I have? Should I try to sleep with her before this guy fucks her and she realizes she doesn't like men and ruin any chance I have? Or should I just be the friend and do nothing? Thanks.
Are there no other women around for you to fuck that you're just completely singularly focused on and obsessed with this girl who's a lesbian?
That's exactly what I said. Why are you hovering around her?
That's what I want. Is it because you can't have her, or like it's a chase thing, or it's a struggle that he's like, I gotta have her. You know what it is?
I bet they're the same height and they can borrow each other's clothes.
Just leave
I was wondering, were
alone.
you going to wear that flannel tonight? Because
I feel like getting involved sexually with anyone who's going back and forth with their sexuality and figuring it out is probably not a good idea. Just because there's probably a lot of emotional shit going on along with that she may not talk about and you may not be aware of. I would just leave it alone.
Yeah, why don't you just go talk to a girl that wants to bang a guy? Why don't you make it a lot easier?
Make it a lot easier on yourself.
Hey, how do I turn this bus into a bicycle? I've always wanted this bus to be a bicycle, and now it's...
But men like the chase, though, right?
We like a layup. We like a layup.
What? I thought men are all about the chase and make it difficult and all that. I thought
no, that's what you guys are into. You guys are into just making it difficult. We want you guys just to fucking... Just
lie down.
Yeah, recline. Stop acting like it doesn't feel good for you too. You know. No, you know what it is. There is, as far as like a good feeling, is when a woman is making it difficult, and you tear through all that bullshit, and you're able to make her succumb. You're rolling your eyes in the air, right? You've experienced that, haven't you?
Well, yeah. This is the speech that you give before you tell people, like.
Oh, you were making it difficult, and that dude was cock blocking me, and I fucking. That right there is like. Remember that year when Tom Hanks won back-to-back Oscars?
Yeah.
He's still a great actor, but is that ever going to happen again?
Right.
That's my sexual conquest.
Oh,
the night I brought you down.
You didn't
brought you down like a fucking wildebeest on the Serengeti.
From before, you didn't have to.
Look at see what they do. They just take it away. Cleo, come on.
Go over there. Well, all right. Well, that's my 2 cents.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go now.
Okay. All right. I'll see you. Have fun. All right, there, fucking female RoboCop. Fucking working out like a maniac. I'm over here becoming a tub of shit. That's right. All right, I'll see you later. So there you go, sir. This is what I think you should do. We basically, both of us, you got to stop hanging out with these girls that, why are you doing that? You know? I know why you're doing it. I know why you're doing it. Because you can be like, dude, my dick is so intoxicating. Even chicks who don't like dick can't say no to my dick. Oh! All right. Depressed dude. A Billy cunt! Exclamation point. I've been listening to your podcast for years. Your deranged, psychopathic perspective reminds me I'm not the only one shaking ladders. I don't know what that means. Is this guy from Boston? I've been listening to the podcast for years. Your deranged, psychopathic perspective reminds me I'm not the only one shaking ladders, kid. Nah, it still doesn't sound, even if in the accent. Shaking ladders. I don't know what that means. Anyways, I got a problem. I was in Boston all last week, so the Boston accent kind of came back. The whole, I got a problem. Instead of saying, get a job. Dude, he needs to get a job. And for those of you working on your Boston accents, J-O-B, just say like jaw, like I'm going to punch you in the jaw, and then B, job. Got to get a fucking job. You know what kills me right now is like fucking 200 of you right now just muttering to yourself, get a fucking job in your cubicle. Freaking out your coworkers, just mumbling, get a fucking job. You fucking cocksucker. I got a problem. For years now, I've been trapped in my KFC and wet wipes. Okay, that's disgusting. I used to be a bodybuilder, an actor, and a comedian with fucking prospects right in front of me. But then adulthood raped me in the eyes. Oh, Jesus. Could you be more dramatic? It sounds like that fucking chick from Sex and the City. Crazy broad broke my heart. This is the guy again. Crazy broad broke my heart. I had to cut away old friends and family, shutting me out of their smiles. All right, dude, this is like getting creepier with each sentence. If you don't bring this around in like 2 sentences, I'm going to abandon this. I had to cut away from old friends and family, shutting me out of their smiles. Dude, what did you do that your friends and family decided they didn't want to be around you? Anyways, I don't feel sorry for myself or want any pity. You're not going to get any. So good. I'm glad you don't. He goes, I just want to know how to get out of this never-ending routine of demise. Well, first of all, I would stop using those goth death metal words. You know, demise. What else you got in here? Adult raped me in the eyes. These are like song lyrics? You know? Depressed dude. What would be the name of this? Trapped in my KFC and wet wipes. Right? That sounds like I can't sing like that. Rape me in the eyes. This routine of demise. All these fucking kids getting like fucking whiplash. I work too much in a job that was supposed to pay for my comedy career when I don't work. I was supposed to pay for my comedy career when I don't work. When I don't work, I sleep or watch endless DVDs. I'm 24 years old. Oh, what the fuck? This reads like you're 56, dude. He goes, I'm tired all the time from all the hating of the world, and my body just won't listen to the screaming frustration in my soul. Dude, you listen to progressive metal, I'm guessing, by the words you use here. Either that or you play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm really not helping your depression by shitting on you through all of this. Don't worry, I'm going to give you some sunshine here in the end here. So I sometimes get a spark of motivation to get back in shape and start writing script, but it only lasts for a day or two at the most. Yeah, exactly. And then the work comes, and you have to keep going. And that's what separates the people in life who fucking work and make it and those who don't. You know? Everything's fun for a couple of fucking days. I'm going to get shredded. I'm going to join a boxing gym. I'm going to look like I'm going to fight in a title fight. You go down there, you skip rope, I'm going to get abs. You're doing all the fucking shit. And 2 days in, after 2 days, you get tired. All right? And that's where you need the discipline to get up and go over there even though you don't want to. You know? People who've written Oscar-winning scripts, I bet they don't like fucking doing it on a certain level. But they keep going. So I would just tell you to keep fucking going. Anyways, let me read the rest of this overly dramatic shit. I've lost all faith in the world, have nothing to fight for anymore. I respect your go fuck yourself attitude and want to know what you did to finally pick yourself up from your dark-inflicted depression. Sorry it's not the funniest emails, but I could really do with you guys. I know, dude. I'm fucking with you. I know you're going through some shit. So here we go. I'm going to help you out here. First thing I would do, get rid of the KFC and wet wipes. All right? If you're already kind of a depressed dude, if you eat bad food, that's just going to add, because I'm just speaking personally. Once again, not a licensed guy here in case you throw yourself off the fucking roof, all right? Yeah, number one, this is what I do. Go out and get something healthy to eat. Drink some water, okay? Get 8 hours sleep, wake up and eat something healthy. Then go to the grocery store when you're full and go buy a bunch of healthy shit. Okay? Chop up the veggies, chop up the lettuce, get a fucking salad already made in there so you don't have to think about it. All right? Cook up some fucking chicken, chop that shit up, make some chicken salad. You got that in there too. Get yourself some fucking lunch meat and get yourself some real bread from a fucking bakery. Start with that bullshit. You start eating right and then just start working out. You're automatically going to feel good about yourself and fucking stick with that. As far as that other shit goes, dude, you're 24 years old. All right? I started comedy when I was 24. You sound like you've already been doing it and quit. So you're ahead of where I was at your age. So there's no reason to be depressed. All right? This is how I got beyond my depression was I just started observing it. I looked at it as a spectator rather than feeling a thought and just accepting it and then being dragged to the bottom of the fucking ocean with it. I just started to pay attention. I just sat there and listened to what my brain was telling me. And it was a bunch of negative, oh, my God, I'm going to fail. I'm going to have to go back, move in with my parents, and they're going to die. I'm not going to be able to afford to pay for the house, and then I'm going to be homeless, and then I'm just going to die. And, nothing's ever going to work out for me, Those were the thoughts I was having. So I just sat back and observed them, and I just started going, I don't want to think that. I want to think that. And I would just, as I felt them coming, I would just replace it with like a positive thought. I know this is really corny and simple, but I kind of started doing that. And the more I did that, because it didn't quite work. Actually, it didn't work in the beginning at all, but like I just kept doing it more and more. And then I just became conscious of when my brain was going in that direction. And working out helps me. Eating right helps me. Going down to a comedy club telling jokes helps me out. Playing drums, wrestling with my dog, taking Nia out to dinner. Just go do something like, it's just a choice. July 30th, it's only going to happen once. Am I going to fucking be a miserable cunt on this? Or like I said, July 30th, 2012 is only going to happen once. It's just a fucking choice, dude. So, if what you're dealing with is clinical, then it's obviously way beyond me. So I don't need, and then I don't have to fucking apologize like Fred Willard. I'm sorry that you didn't go to a psychiatrist and you went to a hacky comedian instead. Evidently, that's my fault.
The pests are like the most loyal and active radio fans, I think, of any show.
And they also turn on us as well, though. It's like, fuck, dude. They keep us on our toes. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, they definitely
brutal.
used to at the comedy shows. And you guys had some. I went to one of your shows. I did one of your shows in Vegas, and it was great. The audience was great.
No, our audience it has to be said, they are a great comedy crowd. They will sit down and fucking listen, man.
But that show in Philly, the infamous show,
that one they didn't.
There was
that one
they were
they
a little
didn't.
hostile.
Yeah, well they were drinking all day. We did these comedy shows across America, and the Philly one is legendary now. And I feel bad because I know you're close with Don Marrera, but he ate his balls that day. But I've thought about it many times since that went on. He never had a chance. He never had a chance, and Jimmy Schubert never had a chance. And Jimmy Schubert actually bombed in front of his fucking family that were basically sitting in the front row. They had to deal with that shit.
Did Jimmy go on first?
No, Jimmy came close. I think he went.
Who didn't bomb? Norton.
Bill Burr was next. Bill Burr saw what was happening with Jimmy Schubert and then Don Marrera.
And then went on and shit all over.
And he goes, you know what? They're fucking not doing this to me. And at that point, our audience didn't really know Bill Burr yet. They didn't embrace him yet, like other guys that came before Bill. He was sort of on the cusp of being accepted by our big fucking, lunatic audience. And he said, they ain't doing that shit to me. So, it's legendary. That clip is out there, too.
Yeah.
Where he took on the entire
fuck you
fucking
and fuck
place.
the Liberty Bell.
Right.
Yeah, he went after Philadelphia in a way that nobody's ever done before.
And they started booing him. By the end of it, he got a standing ovation. Yeah. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. I know I'm saying that a lot, but we're bringing up a lot of benchmarks today. But that was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen, a guy turn a fucking room like that.
Yeah, that was legit.
But you don't stop talking, do you? Like, fuck it, I'll just cook this side for a while, just... You know what's funny? I'm cooking my brain talking about nothing. I'm just walking around like, I just got a cheeseburger. Oh, fuck all you people. You know what, you fucking losers? I hope you all fucking die, and I hope the fucking Eagles never win the Super Bowl. Go fuck yourselves. Fuck all you motherfuckers, and fuck the Friars. Fuck all of you. Fucking goddamn fucking losers. Who and Don Marrera? Suck a dick. All of you. Suck a fucking dick. How's that? No, I'm segueing into my next joke. You can all lick my fucking red nuts. All of you. You can line up in your Harold Carmichael fucking jerseys, and one at a time, you can all suck my dick. City of brotherly love, you bunch of fucking cocks. Just walking around again. Fucking goddamn losers. 52 fucking hours into a show. The fuck am I gonna do at this point? You people on a goddamn acid. Fucking be up here talking about Hitler, that ain't gonna work. What do you want me to talk about? Hey, throw out some topics. Let's talk about heart disease, something you're all gonna fucking die of, and I'm gonna laugh at your fucking funerals. It's gonna be great. You're all gonna get fucking cancer, which is fantastic because all your fucking heads are shaved anyways. No one's even gonna notice. You're gonna get fired for coming to work too late because they're not gonna notice that you have fucking bone marrow cancer. The only thing's gonna give it away is me laughing at you in the fucking background. You fucking bunch of losers with your fucking cell phone pictures. Fucking suck a dick. Fucking assholes. 11 more minutes of this. I hope you all get in your Ford Focuses and fucking drive off the side of that faggot-ass Ben Franklin Bridge. You fucking one-bridge having piece of shit city that no one gives a fuck about. The terrorists will never bomb you people because you're fucking worthless and no one cares about you. You are this high above New Orleans. No one gives a shit. FEMA would never show up for you fucking assholes. I hope your mother has herpes in the center of her asshole and you go home tonight, you lick it, you get it on your tongue, and some other horrific shit happens that involves cancer. So all of you, 11 minutes left. 11 minutes. I hope somebody takes a fucking beer stein and just slaps you on the back of your zit-infested fucking shoulders and your awful man-tit tank tops. I hope that happens to you. I hope the glass fucking digs into your fucking shoulder blade. And then I see you afterwards. Hey, how's it going? You enjoy the fucking show? That's great. And I grab you by the fucking hair, but you don't have any. Did it really have to come to this, people? Did it really have to come to it? I really hope all of you run into all those black people that you love so much here in Camden. I really hope that happens. I hope there's a line of all of you guys getting fucking carjacked and they take out their big black dicks and they just shove them right in your fucking mouths, each and every one of you, and somehow they just keep repeatedly coming right in your fucking eyeballs until it builds up so much that your eyes, they fucking crust over. You can't see shit. And somehow there's another dick in there for you to suck. 10 minutes left. Look at you. This is what you want. This is what you want. It's a fucking bunch of fucking losers. Fucking Rocky is your hero. The whole pride of your city is built around a fucking guy who doesn't even exist. You got fucking Joe Frazier is from there, but he's black, so you can't fucking deal with him. So you make a fucking statue for some 3-foot fucking Italian, you stupid Philly cheese eating fucking jackasses. I hope that cheese melts your fucking faces off. All of you collectively suck a fucking dick. A fucking booby 9 hours into a fucking show. Look at you in your fucking Donovan McNabb shirt. I hope he snaps both his fucking ankles the first goddamn game. I hope you go home in fucking 16. I said suck a dick. 8 minutes left. 8 fucking minutes left. The Flyers, do they even fucking exist anymore? A bunch of goddamn pansies. Haven't won shit since fucking Gerald Ford was in office. Why don't you just have the fucking ice capades down there, you assholes? You probably wouldn't even notice the difference. That fucking pussy teams. Remember they had that whole season where they wore the slacks? You bunch of faggots. What else? What else? I attacked your mothers. It's 8 minutes. I'm doing it all. I'm fucking standing here. Look, I broke the mic stand. I got a little fucking cane now. I'm gonna be the little observational comedian up here. What's that, sir? What do you have to say, sir? Never passed the fucking 8th grade. What brilliant shit are you gonna fucking tell me, huh? Go back to the dock and go unload some shit. You fucking warehouse working, weed smoking, fucking disappointment for your mother. 7 minutes left. 7 motherfucking minutes left. And I'm doing stupid ass piece of shit fucking crowd. Bunch of fucking losers. I hope your fucking radios fall on your head tomorrow. The fucking antenna goes right in your fucking ears.
In my hand already.
You fall out of one of those piece of shit buildings. Fuck all of you and fuck the Liberty Bell. And shove it up Ben Franklin's ass. What do you think about that? All of you motherfuckers, I hope that bridge collapses onto your pathetic lives. Go fuck yourselves. 6 minutes left, and I will be selling my CD after this shit, you motherfuckers. And the only way you get one is if I throw it at your fucking stupid heads. You bunch of racist fucking morons. Look at this. What are you taking a picture of, E-Rock, huh? This is the most, I'm saying all the shit I wanted to say for 14 minutes. This right here is the theme of my set, a broken mic stand. 3 motherfucking minutes left. 3 fucking minutes left. What's left? The Phillies, that faggot-ass team named after a female horse. You bunch of pussies. You won 1 fucking World Series since 1880s. Suck a dick. Bring Tug McGraw back from the dead, you fucking jackasses. Maybe you'll win another one. It ain't ever happening. It ain't ever fucking happening with your red candy striped faggot fucking uniforms. Your team should be selling cotton candy in the fucking instructional leagues. You have a soccer team? That's all I got left, huh? You got a fucking ping pong team? Some other shit-ass fucking team that's never gonna win a championship? You guys haven't won a Super Bowl since they had face masks, you fucking jackass. Roman Gabriel running around a fucking leather helmet. Ah, suck a dick. Was he a dad or something? You don't know who the fuck he is. Ironed my fucking shirt for this shit. Went to the Banana Republic, picked a $20 shirt off the rack. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Getting booed by people sitting in the fucking grass. Goddamn launch seats. It's fun, isn't it? It's great. I'm actually getting fucking paid right now, people. I'm getting paid to shit all over you guys and your stupid fucking rock t-shirts of bands that no one gives a fuck about. 4 minutes left. You with your Rush fucking t-shirts. I beat the shit out of my girlfriend. That felt great. It really felt great. I want to thank you guys for having me. You guys were phenomenal. Each and every... Oh no, I got 4 minutes left. I got 4 fucking minutes left to fucking talk about you cunts. That's not bad. That's not bad. 12-minute rant. That was the first time I said cunt. That's a fucking record. I'm gonna finish my set by taking this mic stand base like a fucking disc. I hope I hit a baby in the fucking head. The one fucking kid who would actually go to college in this fucking crowd. What's that, sir? Dave Chappelle, yes, he's not here. I wish I was on his fucking tour right now. Maybe I wouldn't have a bunch of cunts not fucking paying attention 4 hours into a goddamn show. 3 fucking minutes left. 3 minutes left in this motherfucking tirade. Boring! What's that? Sir, why are you screaming? You're in the front row, you dumb fuck. God, I hope this whole crowd, I just hope mass AIDS full blown, like fucking you get weak as you walk to your fucking cars, you just pass out, and they just find you next to your 83 fucking Monte Carlo with gravel embedded into the side of your fucking bald ass fucking heads.
Bill.
Yes.
What about Vincent Papalio?
What about what?
Vincent Papalio.
What about not fucking interrupting me, you jackass? Play a fucking record, you
Patrice's
son of a
idea,
bitch.
sorry.
I'm fucking trying to deal with this bullshit. Jesus Christ, the goddamn people on the show are giving me shit. So anyways, back to the jokes. I got a computer recently, people. Fucking motherfuckers. I put in 2 minutes left. The last 2 minutes is going to be my rider for the rest of this fucking tour. I go on first. I do 3 minutes. That's it. I come out here with a fucking gun, right? That's what I do. I come out with a fucking gun. hollow tip bullets and I just start fucking shooting people, okay? And everybody's chained to their fucking chairs. I just blow all your fucking brains out, like just one after another. Just fucking one, 2 to the back of the head, never ending, coming out like a fucking Mexican with those 2 fucking crosses of bullets. I just blow all your fucking brains out. I would really enjoy blowing everybody's brains out. Just the next day, somebody mopping up the 3 pounds of fucking brains that are actually in this goddamn crowd. 1 minute left in the period. Listen. This doesn't change anything, this set. I still fucking hate you people. And I hate this fucking city. I hate the way you eat, your little shitty-ass fucking Subway. And why don't you fucking build something for Joe Frazier and get that fucking idiot. You guys all gonna go see Rocky 19? Oh, dude, I think you can win. Listen, I'm out of time. You guys were here, man. Thank you very much. All of you go fuck yourselves in your own assholes. Have a good night. Thank you very much. You guys, let's hear from Bill Burr.
Bill Burr started out in Boston, and you deal with so many crowds like that.
Yeah.
Drunk, angry, crazy fucks, that you develop that style, that
right.
you know, that attack style. That was such a Boston
Is Boston
set.
tough for you guys?
Boston's a great place.
But
a
I
great
mean-
place to do stand-up.
Well, as long as you got your shit together. But I mean, when you're coming up, I would imagine it was hard.
Well, when Bill and I came up, I was a couple of years before him, but when we came up, there was so many good comics around that like the rules of the land had been pretty much established, and there was a lot of like really good places to do stand up.
Right.
But there was also like a lot of like really fucked up little shitholes that you get sent to. Those are like so important though.
Of course.
You know, you can't have like only easy crowds when you're starting out.
Right.
To really learn how to do comedy, you got to be able to do some hostile places.
Right.
So I see like a guy like Bill in that video. It's like, that's right up Bill's alley.
You get it.
You do stand up in
You
Boston,
get it.
you're going to have to deal with some fuckheads.
You get it. I miss those shows. We're thinking about bringing them back. We'll
Bring him
see.
back, man.
Yeah,
It'd be fun.
Maybe this coming summer we'll do 1 or 2.
You were the guy.
Advice: exotic pets. Bill, last week I was laid off from my office cubicle job of 4 years. I am now a 25-year-old unemployed college student struggling to make rent. Ah, Jesus. My heart goes out to you, brother. But at least you're 25, you're not fucking married, you don't have any kids. That's the bright side. And I know you don't need to hear that. All right? All right, here we go. Can't go back to my parents as they are halfway across the planet in Taiwan. Now my question is, do I continue trying to get back in the rat race, or do I follow my dream of becoming an exotic pet reptile breeder? Jesus Christ, how the fuck are you just fucking with me? This is your dream? Well, you know what? You are from Taiwan. I imagine everything that's considered exotic over here is like nothing. You know? I bet over in Taiwan, instead of getting like a bicycle as a 4-year-old, they give you like a defanged cobra or some shit. I'm sorry. I just had to stop and laugh at the ignorance of that statement. Anyways, I have no experience in the field. Fantastic. You're going to be on Spike TV's 1,000 Ways to Die. I have no experience in the field, except for that I have a snake and 4 hamsters as pets. All right, dude, I don't want to burst your bubble, but there's nothing exotic about hamsters, even if you have 4 or cuatro. Sorry, I started the new fucking Rosetta Stone Spanish again. Yo tengo un perro, es gris y blanco. Pero es bueno, es loco. A loco, however the fuck you say it. My dog's out of its mind. La mujer a manzana verde. Let's get back to this shit. I think I just said the woman and then green apple. There's really nothing that connected either one of those. Go fuck yourself. I'm going to do it. At some point in my life, I'm going to become bilingual. So anyways, this dude wants to start raising exotic pets, breeding them. He has no experience. Now, what kind of fucking snake do you have? You know, if you have a gardener snake, I guess you got to start somewhere. You do have a reptile and 4 little rat things. This is cool, dude. You know what you're doing? You're doing like the open mics of this. I get it. You got to start slow. You can't start right with the black mamba. You're going to get yourself killed. Anyways, he said, I've been to the Reptile Expo a couple of times and saw that vendors there just breed and sell snakes for a living. And thought to myself, holy shit, I want to do that. Encourage animals to bang and sell the offspring. All from my own apartment, living the dream. What to do? Any advice? What gave you the balls to start stand-up? Understanding the opportunity cost of the income of a full-time job. Any advice would help. Thanks, Mr. Burr. All right. All right, what do you do here? Well, dude, you're doing the right thing. You basically, like you go into one of those reptile expos and looking at the douchebags doing it and being like, I could fucking do that, was like me when I used to watch some of those stand-up shows and be like, I'm funnier than this guy. All right? And you have the luxury of not having a job right now, so you don't have to worry about, you know, well, what if this interferes with my job? You don't have a fucking job. Your biggest thing right now, dude, is you need income. All right? So I would continue looking for a job that is flexible. All right? While you start building your stockpile of reptiles. First thing I would do is I would go on the internet and I would read as much as humanly possible. I would go to howtomaketwosnakesfuck.com. I would start... I don't know what to tell you, dude. I would just keep going to those expos like they're open mics. I would keep reading up on it. I would try and find, this is what you do. This is what you do. Act like you want to buy a fucking snake and go to some fucking dude and ask them how they got into the business as you pretend like, you know, like you're browsing. And maybe you can get a job working for one of those guys. You figure out what the fuck he's doing, right? You pull a Joe Kennedy that I've learned reading in the wonderful book, The Sins of the Father. Yeah, that guy used to work every place. He'd work at a place for like 7 months to 2 years. He'd rifle through all the files, get all this insider information, make a boatload of cash, and leave the fucking company in the shitter. Okay? Now, I'm not saying to do that, but fucking work for these other guys. Figure out what they're doing. Do what they're doing. Become better at it. That's what I would do. If you really want to do this shit, I would. But I got to tell you this, man. I don't know how you make 2 pit vipers fuck each other. But I would definitely get I don't know. I'd get a thick pair of gloves. How do reptiles even get turned on? They just have that fucking look on their face like you don't know what they're thinking. You know? I tell you, if snakes had fucking hands, like they would win World Series of Poker every year. There'd be no fucking way to tell what it had. Is it holding shit? Is it got a full house? I can't fucking just sit there sticking his tongue out at me. I go to the airport, and I'm taking the red eye, taking this 10:55 flight, non-fucking stop, because that's how I do it. All right? I'm on a good plane. Why would I want to get off it and switch and roll the dice and get on another one? You know, let's just fucking get there. When I drive up to San Francisco, I don't pull over in fucking Burbank and then get into another car. We get it, Bill. All right. So I get on the fucking plane, right? I use my miles, bump myself up like a fancy person. You know, maybe I invented the Cheesecake Factory, people are thinking. And then they see how I'm dressed and they go, oh, no. He didn't invent the Cheesecake Factory. And I go to sit down in my seat, and I go to set my bag down. I was going to set it down right in front of me, and the nice fella sitting next to me goes, why don't you stick it in the middle? There's room. And he moved his bag out of the way. I'm like, all right, this guy's a solid dude or whatever. And then all of a suden, the waitress comes by, a stewardess, whatever. She comes by. Flight attendant, whatever the fuck you're supposed to call him. She comes up, and she, can I get you gentlemen a drink? And I was like, yeah, let me get a water, please. Ice or no ice? However you make it.
Stop acting like it's a fucking martini. It's all right. Just give me a water with ice. Thank you. And the guy next to me, he orders a Dewar's, neat. No ice, no nothing. Just put it in there. So they bring our drinks, all right? And I'm really thirsty, so I start sucking mine down, and he just throws his back like it's nothing. Like fucking John Wayne, right before he's going to turn around and beat up three mustachioed guys in the 1930s, right? So I'm just sitting there, and everybody's getting on the flight, you know, and I'm looking around at the passengers. You know, I'm fucking doing whatever I'm doing, and all of a sudden the guy next to me, Mr. Dewars, goes to me, he goes, excuse me, he goes, are you afraid to fly? And I looked at him, I was like, what? He goes, are you afraid to fly? And I go, no, I'm not. And he goes, all right, but you know, it's, he goes, it's okay, you know, it's okay to tell me if you're afraid to fly. And it's immediately getting weird. And I'm like, no, I'm not afraid to fly. And then I'm thinking in my head, wait, is he afraid to fly? And that's why he's drinking the way he just drank? And now he's hoping that I'm going to be afraid to fly, so he, you know, he just wants to open up? That's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not afraid to fly. And he won't leave it alone. He goes, all right, because, you know, you're fidgeting, you're looking around at other passengers. And I'm sitting there looking at like, is this guy fucking serious? And I go, no. I go, I'm not afraid to fly. So now I'm like, fuck this guy. I'm not talking to this guy for the rest of the flight. This guy's weird, man. It's like paint the picture. He's like 32-year-old, wiry, in shape, but like wiry white dude. He's got a Scully cap on with fucking glasses. You know. And he goes, like, there's like a minute of silence and people are still getting on the plane. And then he goes, hey, sorry about that. Sorry, we just got off on the wrong foot. He's like, my name's so-and-so. He goes, what's your name? And then I'm thinking in my head, like, what's my name? My name's Frank. I wanted to give him like but for some reason I just wanted, it's Bill. And he goes, oh, hey, Bill. And he goes, nice to meet you. So we shake hands. And I'm just looking at, I don't have any poker face. I'm looking at the guy like, what the fuck is your problem? I'm not even trying to I'm not trying to be pleasant. I'm already done with this guy. So then the guy goes, oh, hey, Bill. He goes, why are you going to Indianapolis, Bill? Right? Like he's fucking interrogating me. And I'm like, is this guy fucking serious? And I start doing the math in my head going, wait, is this guy like an air marshal or something? And I'm like, no, he's not. He's fucking slamming booze over here. Fuck this guy. So I just go, look, I don't have to answer your questions. That's it. And I just look straight forward. He goes, okay, now I'm concerned. Okay? I am concerned. And I'm looking at him like, concerned about what? He goes, you're fidgeting, you have issues with other passengers, and blah, 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 blah. He starts painting like this, like he's been, I don't know what the fuck, like psychologically breaking me down. All right, so now by this point, they've closed the door to the fuselage, and we're starting to taxi. And I just finally look at the guy, and I go, you know, I came up with the fight. At one point, I literally stick my hand out because he kept saying I was nervous, and I stick my hand right in front of his face, and I hold it level. Oh, that's what I did the first time, yeah. I hold it level. I go, I'm not nervous. And he goes, well, anybody can do that. And that's when I was like, fuck this guy. I'm not talking to the guy. Sorry, fuck the story up. Then he came back, got my name. Now he's going, why are you going to Indianapolis? And I finally look at him. I say, listen, pal, I'm drinking waters. You're drinking Dewar's. Okay? There's no issue over here. And then he goes, it wasn't Dewar's. What she gave me wasn't Dewar's. Really? What was it? Some sort of spy juice? You fucking jerk off? This point, I want to punch him right through his fucking stupid wiry glasses. Right? So he's going like, you look around hostile, and I said something that just ticked him off. I was just, yeah, dude, I go, I don't have to answer your questions. All right? Leave me alone. And then he starts going like, okay, now I am really concerned right now. He goes, why are you going to Indianapolis? And I just look at him. You know what I start doing? I start doing like this Ryan Gosling. You know that little smirk, that fucking Mona Lisa smile he has as he smirks his way through all his fucking movies? I go full on Ryan Gosling. Now I'm not talking to this guy, and I just keep looking at him. And I give him that little half a smirk, and I just shake my head. That's my game now. This is my game. It's like if you're going to be a dick right now with your fucking delusional authority, right? That you're going to, like we're in fucking Guantanamo, and you're going to waterboard me. Huh? There's no water. There's no board. Go fuck yourself. Here's my smirk, and I'm just going to shake my head at you like you're a fucking pathetic human being. This is what I'm doing, all right? And this is the funny thing. I'm such a dick. All I have to say to the guy is I'm a comedian. I'm going to do a sold-out show there, and that would make him back off. But I'm a dick. I'm like, fuck this guy. I want to see where this is going. So now he's all fucking amped up, and he starts dropping he's saying the F word. He's sitting there going, He goes, if you don't fucking answer my question right fucking now, I am going to hit that call button. We're sitting there taxiing down the fucking, getting in the line. I'm going to fucking hit this fucking button if you blah, 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 blah. And I'm just fucking Mona Lisa smile, smirking, just shaking my head like you are a fucking retard, right? So now he's saying the F word so much. The lady who's sitting in front of me, diagonally in front, right in front of him, turns around and looks at us. And now my heart's racing. I'm like, where's this going? This is going to be great. I am 100% fucking innocent. This guy's drunk, and I think he's going to hit that button. Oh, I got a feeling he's going to hit that button. What's going to happen, right? I want to see what the pilot looks like. Let's see where the fuck this is going, right? So he goes, if you don't fuck, he starts bringing his hand up to the button, going, I'm going to hit that button. You don't think I'll fucking do it? I'll hit that button. And I'm sitting there smirking at him, thinking in my head, go ahead, hit the fucking button. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, right? So finally, now he wants to hit the button, and he can't fucking find it. And it's in defense of him, I couldn't find it either. I was looking up there. I half wanted to hit it myself. Then he finally finds it, and he hits it. Boom! Right? And now I'm just like, holy shit, what's going to happen? And he's sitting there going, yeah, huh? You want to fucking play this game? You want to fucking play this game? And I was surprised. I mean, it took like 30 seconds before a flight attendant, the one who gave him the booze, which evidently wasn't booze, comes over. And at this point, we're like doing that shit where we're behind a plane. We're almost ready to take off. Like we're pulling up and then stopping, pulling up and then stopping as planes are taking off. So she goes, yeah, what's the problem over here? And he goes, I'm not comfortable to fly with this guy. This guy, he's fidgeting, he's looking around at other fucking people, blah, 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 blah. He's doing all this thing, right? And then the stewardess looks at me, and I'm just sitting there fucking, my little smirk, just shaking my head. And I'm just looking at this dude, just shaking my head like this guy's out of his fucking mind. I don't say a word. And this guy goes on and on and on about his fucking psychobabble about how I'm this security risk. So she goes, okay, any other passengers? Have you noticed anything? She's talking to everybody first class at this point. Has anybody noticed anything odd about this guy? And the lady who was sitting right in front of the dude diagonally from me turns around. She goes, yeah, I've been listening to this guy berating this other passenger. She's on my side. And I haven't said a fucking word. This is great. And I'm just sitting there smirking. Then the stewardess looks at me, and I shrug my shoulders like, I don't know what to tell you. So finally she said, sir, do you have anything to add to this? And I just said, look, I'm just a guy trying to go to Indianapolis. This guy over here, he starts slamming his doors. I kind of felt like a rat when I said that. I go, he's slamming his doors. Next thing you know, he's dropping the F-bomb to me. Then I'm thinking, oh, fuck, I just said bomb, right? Fortunately, nothing happens. So now another fucking, the male stewardess comes over, right? Now he's going like, what's going on? And the captain of the fucking, now at this point, we've pulled over and the plane has stopped. 250 people trying to get to Indianapolis, and jerk off over here who can't hold his fucking alcohol, who just watched Person of Interest every I guess evidently, I have no fucking idea. Now the plane is stopped. This fucking jerk off has stopped the plane, interrogating a goddamn comedian like I'm in the fucking Taliban and like he works for the CIA, right? So now we're just sitting there. And the captain is up front in the plane, like, saying to the stewardess, going, basically relaying, do I really have to fucking come back there? This is the last flight of the night. Is there really a goddamn problem? And that was the vibe. And they finally said to the douche sitting next to me, are you going to be okay to fly with him? And at that point, it appeased his fucking ego that he was somehow in control. And he goes like, you know what? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So they go, okay. So now the plane's going again. And now we fucking come around, and he's sitting there fucking, he's in my ear. And at this point, I am like the fucking laugh you hear me doing the podcast. That's what I'm doing. And he's sitting there going, he goes, you know what? I'm glad you, I hope you fucking do. I hope you fucking try something. I hope you fucking try something when we're up there. I really hope you fucking try something. And I'm just fucking like gut busting laughing, shaking. Like, what are you going to fucking do to me? What are you going to do to me? Huh? You going to punch me in the face, you fucking wiry jackass? With your fucking glasses on? You know? That's a federal offense. You're going to go to jail if you do that or something. I don't know what, right? So I'm just sitting there fucking laughing at the guy going, I actually, at one point, I put my fucking little eye pillow thing on, you know, like I'm going to sleep. Oh, I had that out too when the stewardess was talking to me. I was like putting it on as this total mind fuck. Like, I don't know what this guy is. I'm just trying to go to Indianapolis. I'm going to sleep. And so I got my fucking eye thing on, right? As he's sitting there threatening me, I was going total passive aggressive. It's like, dude, I'm so not concerned with you. I'm literally putting a blindfold on. All right? So this fucking guy, he starts going. He goes, you think you fucking won this? You think you fucking won this? He goes, you know my dad is? My dad, he started saying his dad's some major CEO in Indianapolis. Doesn't it sound like a fucking made-up story? I swear to God, this is all true. He goes, my dad is a major CEO in Indianapolis, and I will have you fucking arrested. And the lady turns around again. I will have you fucking arrested the second we get on the ground. I'm thinking, like, for what? For what? Sitting here? You fucking loser. Learn how to hold your alcohol. All right? And he starts describing the view that I'm going to have when I go to jail, like some fucking Law and Order episode. Oh, you're going to love it. You'll be able to see Lucas Oil Field and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting there cracking up laughing. And then there's this pause, right? And I'm thinking, he finally shut the fuck up. It's like a 3-4 minute pause. He finally just gave up because I wasn't giving him anything. I was just laughing and shaking my head. I was being a dick to him. I was, because I was enjoying it. And then there was like a 3-minute pause. And then all of a sudden he just goes, why are you going to Indianapolis, Bill? So we're like 20 minutes into the flight. And I got to be honest with you, my adrenaline was so going during all of that because I knew I didn't do anything wrong, but I thought we were literally going to go back and there was going to be fucking cops there. And like if the fucking stewardess or the pilot asked me who I am and where I'm going, I'm going to tell them. I respect your authority. You're just you don't have any fucking authority. I don't have to answer your questions. It was one of the most fun experiences I've ever had with another human being. Like when somebody thinks that they have power and you know they don't. And all they can do is just keep bluffing and raising their voice and start cursing at you. And if you just start laughing at them, the look on their face is fucking priceless. So the last thing he said, why are you going to Indianapolis, Bill? Right? And I fucking started howling, just fucking holding my stomach, shaking my head, and with my fucking eye pillow thing on, right? And I know I'm going to get a ton of shit that I wear one of those. They're fucking underrated. Get the one at Brookstone where it's literally a pillow. I'm telling you, you could fall asleep 12 noon facing the sun. It's awesome. So anyways, like after he asked me what where you going, Bill? There was like a 10-minute, like probably 10 minutes had gone by, and I can't fucking sleep because it's so funny to me, and I can't wait to tell the story to every comic I know. I can't wait to try it on stage to see if it's funny or whatever. So finally I just like, fuck it, maybe I'll just get on my computer. And I bring up my eye pillow, and I got to look at the guy because I know he's fucking staring at me, waiting for me to do something, right? So I lift it up. I get my fucking Mona Lisa smile going, and I look over at the guy, and dude, he is fucking passed out. He looked like he got shot. He was sitting there like his head was just hanging straight down, and anytime the plane moved, like his head was, he looked like he got knocked out. And for the rest of the fucking flight, Old fucking, what's Matt Damon's character? Jack Ryan. Old fucking Jack Ryan over here is just, the sky marshal. The fucking booze bag, and God knows what else he was on. He was just completely out, passed out for the rest of the fucking flight. And this is how much a dick I am. I was having so much fun with this guy. I can't sleep. So I start slamming waters because I want to have to get up and take a piss just to see if this guy's going to freak out because this security risk is getting up. And the joke was on me. He never regained consciousness, and then I really had to take a piss, but I'm such a stubborn fuck. I was holding it because I wanted to make sure he was awake when I got up because I was going to give him a little smirk, and then I was going to get up see if he hit the call button again. But he didn't. He didn't wake up till we hit the ground. And then it's funny. Then he woke up, and it was like 4 hours later, so now he had kind of slept off whatever the fuck this guy was on. And I'm sitting there smirking, waiting for the guy to start talking to me. He won't look at me. And I think at that point he kind of fucking realized that maybe he got a little too patriotic. So we stop at the gate and everything, and we're going to get up. So I grab my shit, I get up, and I'm just kind of looking at him, and he won't look at me. And then the lady who was sitting in front of me had this big smile on her face. She goes, how you doing? And I went, good. I go, that was an interesting one. And I said it really loud so the guy heard, and he didn't say anything. And this is what he did to try to save face. His pillow was kind of stuck behind his shoulder in like a weird place. So he was frustrated with it. So he ripped it out from behind him and kind of threw it down on the floor and went, ugh, like he tried to do some caveman grunt to try to still have some sort of, I don't know what. So that was my flight to Indianapolis, people.